Hey YouTube, welcome back. Today we have something a little different from what we've been seeing. Hopefully you find it enjoyable. I've got an aluminum wood-burning stove for a hunting camp tent that needs some work. This is pretty cool. I hadn't seen something like this before this. But number one, I gotta get rid of that teeter-totter because that's gonna drive both you and I insane. First and foremost, the door doesn't seal tightly enough. There's about, let's get you over here closer where you can see. Awkward. There we go. Tripod, work with me. So there's a gap right here. That's about 1/8 of an inch. And so when the stove runs, they have to choke off these holes that are up front for controlling the air right here. There's holes drilled out right there so they can control how much air goes in to control how fast it burns. Well, they have to close those all the way off to make up for this gap here. And so I have these barrel or bullet style weld-on aluminum hinges. We're going to cut this piano hinge here on the side off because it's all sorts of loose. If I open this door, you can see how much play is in there. You know, aluminum just doesn't do great with heating and cooling with different metals and rivets and stuff. And so we'll weld these hinges on, cut that off, weld these hinges on, and that should get rid of all that play. The number 2 change we want to do to this, also to help with how well this seals, is we're going to actually weld a plate completely closing this door off, and then we'll cut it out, cut out the center. So there's about 3/4 of an inch all the way around. I'm hoping that gives us pretty good surface area contact to the door to seal better, but then also makes it so every time the door opens, stuff doesn't fall out, ash and soot and everything else. So we need to do the hinge, that door threshold you might call it, and then on this side, I'll turn to you. Hopefully that screech isn't too bad. The exhaust comes out the back of the stove, and so it comes out 90s up and goes up towards the roof of the tent. Well, as this gets hot, that 90 starts to sag down and creates a lot of pressure. So we're going to cut this exhaust port out and we're going to weld it back in the top up here. So we'll cut that out, cut out a hole here, weld that here, and then what we cut out here we'll put back in this spot and weld it in. The diamonds won't match up perfectly, but overall it'll be not the hardest thing. It will be a little time consuming. I hope I can get you some better camera angles on this video than I have done in the past. I will admit I've been kind of lazy with it. I'll try and do a little bit better. It'll also make it easier for me to edit. So anyways, we'll move this up, cut that hinge off, weld a plate in, weld the new hinges on, and this thing will be good to go. And I've got to get rid of this teeter-totter before that drives both of us crazy, so I'll probably cut 1/8 of an inch off of the leg on this side. So that's what it looks like it needs. Also, here's the giveaway grinder that I'm working on, testing out. It works pretty good. There's going to be a separate video on that. The video of me opening up the box, something in the camera got messed up, so I got to reshoot that. But this thing runs pretty good. I still like the Makita more. There are some things comfort level on this that I like more though than the Makita. This guard lever right here, so you can just push on this button and move the guard all over. That's my favorite feature so far. Makita's, you have to loosen a screw. I normally on the Makita leave the screw loose enough that I can just adjust on the fly. I like this setup better. Okay, so let's cut this out. I want to do all the cutting and grinding at one shot, or at least half of it, because I'll have to grind more when I'm done. But we'll cut this out. Since the door's off, it'll be easier to roll around and stuff. Cut this off, and let's get our hole laid out and cut out up there. I think I'm gonna skinny disc this off, but this hole I'm probably gonna cut the plasma cutter. Okay, so we got this cut out. Was right there. So it's gonna end up going here. We got some more cleaning up to make it fit, but it won't be too bad. Try and get it to match the same angle for the diamond plate. It doesn't really matter, but it'll look better, which also doesn't matter, but. And then, it's gonna go from the inside. Should, in theory, fit in there fairly tight. That's theory. Right there. It's in. Okay, so I'm gonna get the welder set up and throw some tacks in. Once it's tacked, I might sand it lightly to clean off any contamination. But that's a pretty good fit. He wants it flush on the top because he carries this in on horseback, and so it'll fit into his horseback saddles, or whatever they call the setup that holds stuff on the horses, because I sound educated about that right now. So I get the welder set up, and probably have to change your battery so you don't die. So let's take a look at this. I've got bad enough muscle control that I don't make the best TIG welds, but it will hold up. It's a lot tighter of a gap. You know, that's not moving at all. There's not 1/8 of an inch there anymore. It is a little tight, but that'll wear in. That's how that looks. You saw me weld in each of the rivet holes. So, anyways, can't see in there very well, but I got that all ground out last thing, so this slides in easier and is smooth all the way around. So I think this will work for the customer's needs. This is really, really dirty. I had to turn my cleaning action on the welder way high to burn all the oxide out from the fire, and this didn't line up perfectly, but I don't think anybody's ever going to care. So that's the wood burning stove for you. This, I guess he said these tabs here that you can see, there's one down there, they lock on to the side of the horse, and then he has all this stovepipe like this that goes inside of it that it all fits in. Maybe it won't anymore now that I fixed the door, but anyways, he sticks like 6 pieces of this in there. It used to come out with an elbow, and like I said, that elbow would, after a while, it heated up, it droop, and he said it'd undo these slip joints. But now all the weight will just kind of sit down on the stove, and you'll probably never really get this piece out, but it fits in there. So anywho, I hope you enjoyed this show or video or repair or modification or whatever you choose to describe it as when you share it with thousands of friends. But I may end up building one of these for myself. They'd be pretty cool to have at our property by our cabin. Put it in a closed canopy and move it up in there. So let's see if this stovepipe fits in still. Oh, that is close. That's how that fits in. I'm going to shine my phone flashlight in there and see how much light I can see around the door. I mean, I know I'm way tighter on the fit up now than it was, but I'm just curious. So anyways, thanks for watching. You're on GoPro battery number 5. So anyways, like, comment, share. I have great welding helmet hair, but have a wonderful weekend.